Lanterns on the Prairie, the Blackfeet Photographs of Walter McClintock, is part biography, part critical analysis of the career of an amateur ethnologist named Walter McClintock, who accidentally, shall we say, discovered the Blackfeet Indians of Montana in 1896. And between 1896 and 1915, he went back to the reservation about plus or minus 10 times. 1905, 1906, he began having his photographs made into color lantern slides. And so between about 1903 and 1912, he took 2,500 plus or minus photographs of the Blackfeet in Montana. The book is named Lanterns on the Prairie because McClintock turned a number of his black and white photographs into magic lantern slides. So we actually took the name from something McClintock wrote at one point, where he's talking about the Blackfeet camps at twilight and the fires are kind of twinkling like fireflies, and the teepees are lit from the inside with this beautiful glow, sort of like Chinese lanterns. And so we were being mindful of McClintock's very romantic take, and it's a beautiful, evocative quote. I mean, it's something that makes you want to be there, and it makes you want to see it. And it's certainly some of his strongest color imagery, but it's also very much a romantic image. I think the whole story of the opera is important because I have to say, when I knew Walter McClintock because of his photographs, I didn't have a clue about the opera, and most of the people who I know didn't really understand about the opera. And the other thing is that what none of us knew was that it wasn't just a fluke that he was working on opera. Early 20th century, there were maybe 24 of them that were produced. I mean, it was a huge thing. And in the 21st century, we look back on that and say, okay, that's got to be the strangest combination of two things we can imagine putting together. So I just think a good lesson to us, certainly, to not take our own selves too seriously in terms of what we think about our culture, because in 100 years, it's very possible that our descendants are going to be looking back at us and scratching their heads and saying, what were those people thinking?